Hey guys, Carmen Mohan again. I hope you guys have been enjoying all the valuable information I'm giving to you guys. I don't even know how to even explain to you guys how much I am so humbled by all the messages, DMs, comments, likes, shares, subscribes, all of that you guys have been sending me. I feel so blessed to be in this position to be able to educate you guys. We have a lot of things going on. I have a lot of people coming to me with debt questions. So today's topic, we're going to talk about what to do when you owe the IRS money. So I have a lot of clients, I said, asking me about what to do when they owe the IRS money. But I have a specific client. He came to my desk, came into my office. He hadn't done taxes in about 4 or 5 years. Then when he comes in to do his taxes, he's letting me know that the IRS is garnishing his paycheck. So he knows the IRS, but he has no idea, right, why he owes the IRS or how much he owes. We end up calling the IRS and he owes $120,000. So then we call the IRS and we try to figure out why he owes $120,000, and actually his lack of filing is what made him owe the balance, because one of those years he had a foreclosure. Now some of you may know and some of you may not, but when you actually foreclose on a home, the bank sends you a tax form that cancels out your debt. It's called a 1099-C. Long story short, I don't want to get too deep into his issue, but long story short, we ended up clearing up his issue, getting the IRS to stop garnishing his wages, and then on top of that was able to get him some refunds for those years. He came into my office negative $120,000 and he left positive $10,000 plus. How did he do that? How do you guys do that? Let's start by going through 10 things you need to remember when you owe the IRS, because these are going to be very important, very crucial to those of you that have outstanding balances with the IRS. Step number 1 is going to be the first step and the most important step. And it's very common sense, but I need you guys to really write this down. Don't ignore IRS letters or notices. The IRS is going to send you letters every couple of weeks, every month. They're going to send you information about your outstanding balance with them. You don't want to throw away those letters, because those letters are important pieces to your balance. The letters may even be telling you owe more than you actually are due to pay. So you're going to want to read those letters, each one, open them. Don't just throw them onto your kitchen table and forget about them. You're going to want to open each letter and you want to place them in a file, because when it comes time to actually battle, let's say you want to battle what your outstanding balance is or fight what your penalties are, how are you going to do that if you don't have any record of what they're saying that you owe? With every balance letter that comes from the IRS, it has an explanation on it to every dollar amount that they're breaking down to telling you that you owe them. So you're going to want to keep those letters because they're very important records to have. The second thing you're going to want to remember is that you're going to want to sit down with a tax expert. If you have an outstanding balance due to any prior years or due to any disallowances or due to any big tax issue, I don't want to confuse you guys with the fancy words here, so I'm going to make it really simple. If you have any type of balances, you're going to want to sit down with a tax professional, a CPA, an enrolled agent, a tax attorney. These are all options for you to actually go out and meet somebody, go out and sit down with somebody that can help you and help you figure out why you have this outstanding debt or balance, and help you figure out about how you can minimize it or how you can fight it. Option 3, and the third thing, and this one's important too. These are all important, but this one's definitely important. Never meet with the IRS alone. Never speak to the IRS alone. It goes back to the last important notice. Sit down with an expert, talk to an expert, sign over a power of attorney. You can actually sign over a power of attorney form to a tax professional. That allows them to speak to the IRS on your behalf without you having to even be there. Those forms are going to be 8821 and 4868. Now, a 4868 is going to be the declaration power of attorney. I'm not going to get fancy on you guys. I'm just going to let you know. You fill out the form, you're basically telling the IRS that your representative, your tax professional, whoever's working with you, can speak to the IRS on your behalf. That means you don't have to go into their office every day to get an answer to a question or to get more information. The tax professional can help you and work on your account while you're not even present in their office. That's very important for you to know. Number 5, the IRS is not infallible. What does that mean? That means that the IRS does make mistakes. That means that the balance that you owe or the payments that you've made, the numbers could be wrong. They are not professional computers. They make mistakes as well. So you want to make sure that the balance that you owe or the balances that you have due are in fact due to you. You can only figure that out by working with a tax professional, because they will help you break down and compute the numbers and see if this is in fact what you are due to pay to the IRS. So 6, you have due process rights. What does that mean? That means that you want to be able to fight these balances and try to fight them. Don't let the IRS just tell you owe them $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 without understanding why you owe them. And you could even fight them. That's what your due process is. You have the legal right to fight and negate what they're saying that you owe them, because it could be incorrect. You could in fact have more income on there than you made for the year. There could be a lot of different variances why you can dispute this amount that you have pending on them. So we want to make sure that you do that. So number 7 is going to be a very common myth. People ask me all the time, Carmen, I owe the IRS money, I don't want to go to jail. You cannot go to jail if you owe the IRS money. They're not going to bring you to jail because you owe them money. Can they garnish your wages? Yes. Option 8, let's talk about what are your options. Now, the IRS may tell you have a big balance. Does that mean you have to pay the balance in full? No, you have options out there. So let's go over some of the options. You can go on to a payment plan. You can call the IRS and tell them, listen, I only make $30,000 for the year and I have 2 kids. I can't afford to pay you $8,000 in taxes, but what I can afford is $150 monthly. That's called an installment agreement. You can sign up for a payment arrangement, and you pay in installments, which is a small portion of what you owe monthly. What's another option when it comes to paying your balance? Let's say you don't have a job at all, or you're not employed. You can file a hardship form and submit it to the IRS. Let them know you're unemployed. What's another option? Bankruptcy. If you claim bankruptcy, which I don't recommend you to do, but if you have to do this, let's say you have to claim bankruptcy. Let's say you're in over your head with debt. You owe everyone. Your business collapsed. Now you owe the IRS when you did have some income coming in. Now you owe this person, you owe that person. Let's say you have to claim bankrupt. You think the IRS is still going to be able to come after your debts if you claim bankrupt? No. So bankruptcy may be another option. That doesn't mean that that's what you should do. Just bankrupt yourself because you owe the IRS. It means what? It means that you have options. You can go on a payment plan if that's what the only thing you can afford. You can file a hardship agreement. Let them know you can't afford to pay anything. So basically you have multiple options. If you do owe the IRS balances, do your research, speak to a professional, figure out what your options are, and settle for one of your options. Don't just pay your balance in full if that's not what you can do. Number 9, and this is for my married folks. You may be married. Let's say you're married and your ex-husband or your ex-wife accrued a lot of debt. Now you guys are divorced or separated. Let's say that debt is still pending on you because you guys filed married for the last few years. What's going to happen now? If your ex-husband or ex-wife accrued the debt and in reality you are not due that debt, there are forms that you can fill out and let the IRS know. It's called innocent spousal forms. You let them know I'm an innocent spouse. The debt is actually due to my ex-husband or my ex-wife. You send them supporting proof or documents. And then it can result into your entire tax bill being written off against you. Wow, imagine that. Imagine you're in a situation where your ex-wife or ex-husband put you in debt. I know so many clients that have that issue. They have accrued debt from their previous marriage, and because of being uneducated or not knowing not knowing what their options are, they have to now pay these big debts off when they really could have just submitted a form and let them know that they weren't due to pay that debt. Imagine saving thousands of dollars because you watched this YouTube video today about how you can be an innocent spouse and fill out that form, and now you don't have to pay that $20,000 debt your ex-husband left behind or your ex-wife left behind. Research your options. There's so many tools out there for you guys to research your option. Let's go into number 10. Number 10, respect your tax collector. Tax collectors have just about more power than anyone else in the federal government. That's very important. That means that they could what? Seize your assets, garnish your wages, levy your bank account. You don't want to lose everything you have, everything you've worked hard for. You definitely want to respect the tax collectors because this is not one of those things that are just going to go away. You have to handle a situation. So now, I thank you guys for watching this video. I hope I gave you a lot of great information. I hope that I can help you guys to save you thousands of dollars. I don't want you guys to have this large outstanding balance. I want to help you to minimize that balance. I want to help you to fight the IRS. I want to educate you on what you need to know so that you can bring that balance down or have to dispute the IRS or go sit down with a tax professional, even if it's not me. I want you guys to definitely handle your debt and handle your IRS debt because it's not going to go away. So now, subscribe to my channel, and any questions, I want you guys to do me a favor. Go down there and leave them in the comment box. I want to hear from you guys. I will reply to every question. You can also email me directly, info@straight.tax. You can come and stop by our office, Straight Tax in Lindenhurst, Long Island, in New York. Even if you're not New York based and not going to come to my office, I want you to seek the help that's out there for you guys. So subscribe to my channel and catch you guys on the next one.